So Sheryl, you've been with Nojima Associates now for about 11 years. You've been in your seat for 4, going on 5. Share with me how that happened.
Yes, I joined the firm in 2001. About 2003, I became a principal with the firm, which means I became more involved with management issues running the firm. And then in 2008 was when I became president of the firm.
There was a real strategic reason for some of those moves, so tell us about that.
In 2008, a lot of the developments that, especially residential developments, started to take a downturn, so our workload, I guess, started to dwindle. We had been doing a lot of government work previously, and so we thought this was a time where we needed to start diversifying again, getting more involved with government military work. The government does have special set-aside programs for small businesses and particularly women-owned small businesses, so it was a strategic move to try to get back into that market, and one way was to become a woman-owned small business.
What are some of the things that you specialize in, and what are some of the notable projects that your firm has worked on?
For civil engineering, we're involved with the infrastructure, which means roadways, sewers, water mains, drainage, grading, so that when there's a big storm, for example, you don't want to see flooding on the property. So those are the kind of things that civil engineers get involved with. For our firm, some of the larger projects we've been involved with throughout the state, but particularly, I guess, on Oahu, we have Ocean Point out in Ewa. We've done quite a bit of work for D.R. Horton from the early days of Waikele up to their current Makakilo projects.
You drive by a development and say, "Hey, I helped put the infrastructure."
Oh,
in
you
for
bet,
that.
you bet. When you drive by and you see, houses, people actually living in the houses of a subdivision you worked on, it's a nice feeling. And also, and more so if you know someone who lives there and they tell you, "Hey, we really like it here. This is a great place to live." It's quite rewarding.
The civil engineering side may not be the glamorous side, but it's the absolutely critical side to almost any development.
Right. For our firm, it's all about relationships, and we've depended a lot on repeat client business over the years. We feel that the relationship we've developed with clients, with other engineers, architects, government agencies, really important to us. Your credibility, your integrity, and I think that's what really has kept us going. Relationships.
What types of things about your job get you excited?
First, what excited me was, learning technically. You get out of school and you realize you don't know anything, although you spent, a good number of years going through a program. But, there's so much we didn't know, we didn't learn in school. So, every day you learn something new that you didn't learn in the classroom. As you advance in your career, then you start running projects and you realize, again, there's a lot I don't know about managing a project, managing the financial side, managing people. So I went back to school. I started taking some business courses because I thought that would be useful. When you run a firm, then you start managing, I guess, different kind of decision-making processes. How do we invest our resources? How do we take care of our staff? Things like that.
Where do you think your drive and intelligence comes from?
I don't know if it's so much as a drive. I always feel like there's something I need to learn that I don't know enough about.
So were you always a curious child, or was there something that your parents did that gave you great study habits, or what prepared you for all this?
I guess, yeah, school was always important in our family, to do well in school. Parents never really drove us, though. My mom and dad are always amazed at how driven we were. My brother also has a PhD. My kids will probably say that I probably stressed them more about school. You know, one of the things I learned throughout the years was to always be prepared for anything that may come your way. One of my early mentors, you know, he always said, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So I always felt that, you know, being trained or educated meant that I would be prepared for whatever challenge or opportunity came my way.
So you've been an assistant dean in the engineering department at UH, and you've worked your way up through this firm to now becoming the president. What are some of the unique challenges that you faced, both in this role and in this role as a female-owned business as well?
You know, I guess in engineering, it's still pretty much a male-dominated field. You felt like you had to work harder to prove yourself. When I was first starting out, you know, there were senior engineers who would say, well, you know, you're a girl, so, you know, you shouldn't go out in the field. You shouldn't go to a construction site. You know, I think we should just have you writing reports. And so, you know, well, you felt it was unfair, but, you know, you have to deal with it and just keep working at it to prove yourself.
Do you have any advice for women who may be in college considering a career in engineering right now?
Yeah, keep at it. Don't sweat over the small stuff. You know, you're always going to face challenges, but you know, look at them as opportunities to learn and grow, and get to know people. You just never know what's going to come up.
We talk a lot with women about what it's like to juggle their careers and their kids and their family life. And the thing that I think is really cool about you is even as you sit here as president of the firm, you've got all these mementos of your children all around us. So tell me what I'm seeing here.
You know, I've just kept these favorites on my bulletin board over the years.
This is like 15 years or more ago.
Yeah, you know, it's just I never had the heart to throw them away. And my kids, when they visit me at the office, they laugh and say, Mom, when are you going to throw this away? You know, people are going to laugh and think, wow, what's wrong with this woman? But they're my favorites. I don't think I'll ever throw them away.
And the story of the dueling coffee cups?
My daughter's currently at Stanford and my son is at MIT.
To remind you of where your money's going.
And where my money's going, that's right.